Hello there and welcome back to the channel. So here with another Boom Beach video. Today is Monday, August 21st, and we have Hammerman fleet on the archipelago. He's ready to attack us, so we're gonna go ahead and defend. As you can see, I have two hot pots. One of them expires in about 3 hours. So I wanted to essentially have these two guys overlap at the same time to see if we can make any further progress on Hammerman fleet this week. I think last week we got to stage number 5. We're gonna see if we can beat stage number 5 and maybe we get even further down the line. So this is my HQ 17 account. Right now I'm just working on upgrading my defenses because I decided to keep this account at HQ level 17 so that all of you guys that are watching my videos have a little bit more relatable content. So let's go ahead and load my circle base. Where is my circle base? Right here. Sorry about that, clear my throat. I had to do it. So we're gonna put the two hot pots. I'm not sure where. I'm gonna put one here and the other one. Let's put them. Actually, let's put one here and the other one next to the HQ, so that he's maybe in the first one. Let's just put both of them here. That way we get extra tasty, crispy burning right on the front lines. Move this here. Put this cannon back here because we're going to need it. We don't have a damage amplifier this time, so we are going to need all the help that we can. So first few stages, I'm pretty sure this is going to be easy peasy. So let's go ahead and do stage number 1. There we go. He's going to be attacking us with warriors, sukas, and riflemen. This is not going to be a problem again. The circle layout, it's very useful for the first 2 waves, essentially annihilating the first 2 waves of attackers, because they're going to walk as a pack. They're going to get annihilated by the mines, walking as a group, and then the rest of the stuff becomes a lot easier. You see, all the riflemen were out, all the warriors, my apologies, went down. Now all that remains are sukas. The rocket launcher, flamethrowers, and machine guns should have a fielding with them. We have the second group of riflemen. I think the majority of them are going to die. And indeed they did. And that is it. Stage number 1 goes down without any major hitches. Let me show you something. Someone asked me to make sure I did this for every video. So this is my initial layout. You can pause the video and then take a screenshot and then copy this sort of layout to your base. It works really, really well. All right, let's go ahead and do stage number 2. Warriors, sukas, heavies, tanks, and riflemen. Riflemen are going to be arriving at the end, but I don't think we should have any major problems, especially with those 2 hot pots. To be honest, we could have those 2 hot pots in the front and we'll probably defeat the first few stages, but I want to just use my circle base in combination with the hot pots and then see what happens. Just accelerating because we know what's going to happen. Hot pots will come down, but will come up very, very soon. They're going to start burning those heavies. Ooh, we have a big wave of stuff on the top. So now I'm sort of regretting the fact that I did not put defenses or one of those hot pots in the top, which means we might probably lose this. It's all a function of whether or not they're going to spread out. Because if they do spread out here on the front, then yes, we might be able to defend. Alright, they're not spreading too much out, but flamethrowers, rocket launchers, sniper towers are making short work of them. We have 2 boom cannons there, and that shouldn't be any sort of major issues right now. Oh no, yeah, that's not gonna work because we don't have anything to defend against the tanks on the top. So they will, as a matter of fact, beat us on this attempt. But it's just a matter of moving one of those hot pots to the top and then making it a little bit better for ourselves. Let's go ahead and finish this one out. And this is a first, losing on a stage number 2 in this account hasn't happened. Maybe since I unlocked Hammerman. But this is gonna be a problem that's easily solved if we put the hot pot right here, and we put this hot pot right here. We should have no major issues now defeating this stage by moving those 2 hot pots there. And like I said, we could move the hot pots on the front line, and that's gonna make it a lot easier. But just 4x. That way it's only gonna take about a minute of your time to watch this out. should be about the same results. But now that we have a lot more people or a lot more troops going on the right and around, and having those two hot pots in the front, we shall see a much better outcome. So let's put it now normal speed. See those guys burning. Yeah, there we go. Hot pot is going to burn some Sukas. And now as soon as those tanks get into the range of the hot pot, then they're going to start burning. Oh, we just lost connection. What a shame. Well, I think we defended it. Yeah, we defended this. I'm not going to go ahead and watch the replay because we know what's going to end up happening. Let's see what he's going to attack now. Grenadiers, Riflemen, and Heavy. Let's do something out. Let's put one of these hot pots right here in the front and see what happens. Because with Grenadiers and Riflemen, the thing is that you just want to counter them right away. So let's put these two hot pots right here. Let's put them, next to each other, actually. Just like that. And see what happens. I mean, we're just here for having fun. Let's see where he's gonna dump those Riflemen and those Warriors. This is gonna be fun, guys. Look at this. Whoop. Whoop. Getting some burnage there. Ooh. Look at that. Well, that's not going to be as useful because those heavies are crazy. All right, well, hot pots did not work on the front like that. We needed stuff to back them up, and they didn't get it backed up. But we might defend this because it's only a few Grenadiers left. We still have the rocket launchers. We have one heavy and 3 Grenadiers left, so we are most definitely going to defend that. It was a little bit sketchy at the beginning, to be honest, but at the end, it did end up paying because we destroyed most of the troops there on the front, and then the grenades the mines did the rest of the work. Last Grenadier down, and we just defended stage number 3. Now let's take a look at stage number 4, see what he's going to be bringing. Remember, the order in which the images appear here is the order in which he's gonna deploy his troops. So he's gonna deploy Riflemen first, followed by medics, followed by Sukas. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move these guys back. I'm gonna put them back where they belong, because I have the feeling that the way he's gonna deploy his troops is most likely going to come. We're gonna have the very traditional way he attack us. So that being said and done, I'm just moving a couple of my defenses out. So far, we have been pretty lucky in the sense that we don't need. It's not that we don't need. That we haven't had a lot of GBE, but at stage 4, he will use a lot of GBE, and sometimes we get unlucky, and then he targets the wrong stuff. So he decided this time to target the rocket launchers, which is not optimal, but it's not horrible either. We still, we have 2 hot pots, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to be able to just burn through most of that first wave with just the mines. And yes, we did. Here comes the rocket launchers, and boom. First wave completely annihilated with the exception of 5 Riflemen. Make it 2, and make it 0. So now, with the medics coming in, this is the part that's going to hurt. But now you see this. This is why this layout is important. The medics are now all walking around, dividing their attention, allowing my defenses to destroy those units before they even have any chance for the medics to actually heal. Now, we have some Sukas. Sukas are dangerous in the sense that they can put a lot of damage in a small amount of time. And you can see how right now, unfortunately, the first hot pot went down. We still have a second hot pot. We still have a second rocket launcher. So this should not be that horrible. As long as those Sukas are walking while my hot pot is about to fire, we should not have any major issues, and we do. That sucks. Because we were so close. So we just need to make a few changes, to be honest. We can just move the hot pot to the front, and we'll probably defend this stage. There's no reason why we wouldn't. But let me try something out because we have the hot pot. Let's just have some fun. Let me move those hot pots. We know that the majority of those troops are going to be are essentially going to be coming here in the front. So why don't we move one of these hot pots here on the side? Why don't we move the other one right here? So essentially what's going to happen is that they're going to have to focus. They're going to have like a double whammy of flame. There's no, I'm not sure, maybe here, maybe here. The problem is those sukas. When those sukas appear, actually, let's just move one of these guys. Let's move one of these guys here. I want to try this out. See, because you want them to sort of not be in the range of the hot pot, and then suddenly the hot pot just pops open and just burns them all to hell. So let's give this a try. Let's see what happens. See, that's the optimal situation because they're not on the range, so they're gonna be getting burned. But the hot pot didn't last too much, so I'm not sure that's the best use of our hot pots right now, just to put them like that. Especially if you're gonna be putting them, by themselves. Yeah, it's definitely not worth it to have them that way. So let me just do 4x because we're probably gonna lose. Yeah, those medics make life a lot harder. But let me go back here. Let me put the hot pots where they were. We know that the right side is pretty much defended, so we don't need to put a lot of those mines here. We're just gonna put more mines here on the front to help us, counter those guys. So I'm gonna put the hot pots right near the front. I want to keep those rocket launchers alive longer. I'm gonna put them right here so they don't get targeted right away. Now I do need that shock launcher. I need that shock launcher to be able to shock those guys in. Now, like I said, we don't have a lot, or we don't need a lot of these defenses on the top. So I'm switching most of my switching most of my one-shot defenses here. And I want to have this hot pot sort of on the same range. Not on the same range, on the same plane, so they're burning at the same time. I don't want the next, side to side, because then they can be easily targeted by a group of sukas before they get burned. But I think this should work. I'm pretty sure. Let me do 4x. Alright, here we go. Let's put it in normal speed now. Now we have the two hot pots, and we have, oh look, that hot pot got targeted by GVE. That's sort of unfortunate because that's gonna essentially erase a bunch of my splash damage defenses in the front, which is not good. It's not good at all. You see how those sukas are just eating through my guys. It's freaking insane. But now it seems to be a little bit better. We still have the rocket launchers. I don't think we're gonna lose this time. Sukas are distracted on that other side. Yeah, we're winning this time. So it just requires a little bit of tweaking just to get everybody on the right. The problem with the hot pot is if the hot pot is up and the sukas coming to range, then they're gonna get burned. However, if the hot pot is not up, then the sukas are gonna walk into range. And then the sukas don't have a lot of time to react. But if you have a lot of sukas, then that hot pot will go down. There's no doubt. The sukas will die, but before the sukas die, they're going to send a volley. And if you have enough of them in, they're going to essentially outpower or out-health the hot pot. And that's the point where they're going to be destroyed. Now, we only have one medic, so that shouldn't be a big of an issue. Let's do 4x, because we know for a fact that we're going to be winning at stage number 4. The important thing about Hammerman is that you get prototypes. Like some people say, I don't play prototype, I don't have enough. Doing Hammerman gets you prototype parts, and a lot of them in a very short amount of time. So this is stage 5. Let's see what he's bringing. Warriors, riflemen, and medics. I'm not going to make any changes. I think this exact same thing that we just did is the one that's going to work. Those medics are following those warriors, and they're not... Ooh. Did you see that initial barrage? That barrage was pretty effective. So I need to move a lot of my defenses out of the way. We lost. We essentially lost a rocket launcher. We lost. We didn't lose the how you call it. We didn't lose the shock launcher, but at least we're gonna get rid of all of the medics, which is gonna make our life a lot easier. Now, a lot of the riflemen are going the other way, so we're losing now. We're losing now the shock launcher, and unfortunately, we don't have any sort of defenses. We don't have any way of defending the HQ from the other side. So unless we get lucky, and a lot of those guys decide to go headstrong to us like they're doing right now, this might be a loss. Oh, we didn't lose our rocket launcher. Rocket launcher is still there. What did we lose? All right, it's not looking too horrible. If I can get that, essentially, if I can just move the headquarters a little bit further down, I'll probably win without any further changes. But as of right now, we will lose because we didn't have anything to defend the hot pot or the HQ from the top. So let's go ahead and number one, we have two pieces of work that we need to do. The first job that we need to do is look at the replay and see what he targeted with GBE and take those guys out. There's no point on having them in. And I do this at half speed because I want to see what he targeted. Alright, so he targeted the machine gun in the front, he targeted the sniper tower, and he targeted the flamethrower. Those three guys need to go. Those three guys need to go right away. So he targeted this. He targeted this, he targeted this, and he targeted that. So that needs to go. Alright, that being said and done, what we're going to do is we're going to put these two rocket launchers like down here. Alright, we're going to move this shock launcher. We're going to move this shock launcher here. We're going to move this thing out of the way. We're gonna move the headquarters down, essentially touching. We want it touching the hot pots. Why do we want to touching the hot pots? Because that way we can defend against them. All right, and then so we're gonna move this here. We're gonna just give meat. We need a lot of meat here in front of this shock launcher because we need that shock launcher to survive as long as we can. Next, let's do a layer of sniper towers here. Do a layer of sniper towers. And I think that should be pretty much it, guys. I don't think we need to do a lot more other than what we just did. I'm going to put this machine gun here. Do we need something else? Let me put this mortar here. Put this mortar here. And this mortar, let's place it... let's place it here, actually. There we go. So I think we should be good to go. So let's try this time and see what happens. Pretty sure we'll be able to defend. So you see, those three guys got attacked. There's no need to get collateral damage on your buildings if you can avoid it. They're gonna get destroyed. Then there's no point on having them on the cluster. Now, medics are doing what they do, which is healing those warriors, but then here comes the hot pots, and yeah, they're gonna just burn through everything, especially when you have two, bunch of flamethrowers. Oh, there was another hit of an artillery piece. You see that? That's not optimal, so I need to then watch the replay and see what got targeted there. He again targeted another flamethrower on the front. Luckily, he missed most of the units on the front. Or he didn't hit the hot pot, is what I meant to say. Alright, so we're getting a healthy division of the troops incoming in. We'll still have a full health, two full health machine guns plus the hot pot. I'm pretty sure those riflemen do not have a chance at defeating us, but we have to be careful. We cannot talk before the game is done. All right, so far we still have the two rocket launchers alive. We have the whole bunch of stuff in the front that I wanted. Essentially, it's just there to delay. Give a little bit more time for the rocket launchers and the shock launchers to do work. That's what we want. So here we go. It's what we needed to happen is happening. Now, maybe it would have been better to have the hot pot a little bit higher up, because then those, what's going to happen is those riflemen are out of the range. Those riflemen are out of the range of the hot pot. God dang it. We just needed a little bit more. So we need to essentially shift that hot pot one step up, like if anything else. But now that we're here, let's go ahead. I'm going to look at what got targeted. I want to see what got targeted by that second barrage. Just right after he destroyed the first three things, he targeted something else up here. So it's really important for us to figure out what was it. So I'm not looking at the way he deployed his troops. I'm just looking at where he's going to send that second barrage. Because he destroyed, I want to say it was that cannon, but I have to look again. No, it was the sniper tower there. And then he targeted that flamethrower. So let me know at what point. I want to see at what point did he targeted that flamethrower. All right, perfect. So let's go back. It was this guy right here got targeted. No point or reason to have them in the cluster. Like I said, there's no point. So I'm going to put it right here. And then I'm going to move this flamethrower, which also gets hit. I'm going to put it right here. I want to see. I think we can use it to barrage Hammerman's own troops. We have to see. I'm not sure it's going to do it, but there's no shame in trying. What do you guys guess? What do you guys think? All right, perfect. So move this up here, move this here. Like I said, I'm going to move the hot pot a little bit further up. Actually, I think that one is a good way of putting it. I'm going to move this here so that he's protected, so that shock launcher can last a little bit longer. And then let's go for it. I'm pretty sure we'll defend it this time. You know, bearing some major difference in the way he attacks, which never happens unless you're finishing an upgrade. And the upgrade finishes. At that time, he retargets with GBE. You see, this time we're not going to be getting those things. Let's see. Come on, come on. There we go. Yes. So you see, we got rid of a couple of the warriors. Not huge, but I mean, all of the warriors are now gone. So that means that we're going to get a bunch more or a lot more grouping of the riflemen as they're walking through. Those defenses on the top or those non-economy buildings in the front are going to ensure that they get clumped up. And now that they're going to be coming in, those two hot pots are going to make short work of them. I am almost 100% sure that that's what's going to happen. Now that hot pot has range all over the place. Yeah, you see. This is why we moved that hot pot to the front. Just a few more units. Now the shock launcher it's alive, so yeah. That was a defense. So some clapping here. That was stage number 5, guys. Stage number 5. We got 1 fuse, 1 capacitor, and 1 power rod. Pretty awesome display. Let's take a look at stage number 6. Riflemen, medics, and tanks. I'm going to keep my defenses. I'm going to keep my layout just like that. Let's see what happens. The problem with tanks is that they do outrange the hot pot unless they come into the range. Now we have tanks, so we will have to see. We'll have to see how he's going to deploy the units. So he's targeting that hot pot. Hot pot is now offline because he got shocked. If he's going to be sending those tanks at the very end, we are on big trouble, guys. This is not good for us. So we had a few things happen here. First thing is those defenses in the middle sort of screwed up the hot pot. screwed up the circle base. So now we have troop going all over the place. To be honest, there's not a lot of chance we can defeat these. Hot pots are making it a little bit easy, but it's the troops are coming all over the place. There's no way hot pots can do that. Usually it's a lot better if troops are actually coming one direction. That way the hot pot does not have to turn and they can give all their focus on the front. But that is a lot of riflemen, guys. That is a lot of them. So instead of trying to tweak this one, I'm gonna go back to my regular layout. I'm gonna load it circle left. Here we go. So I'll have to move a couple of things. So my apologies if this seems sort of a repetition of what we just did, but we need to do it this way. So we need to have those cannons last till the very end, because they're going to be coming. Those things are going to be coming last. Now I need to have those hot pots not in the front, but sort of in the middle. Where's the shock launcher? Here we go. All right, so let's see what happens. Let's try it this way. I know that he's going to be sending some nasty stuff, so this is just going to be another try. Video is becoming a little bit long, but it is what it is. This is not scripted. This is not, there's nothing. This is not planned. All right, so the flamethrower on the front got targeted right away. We need to get him out. I'm just looking again at the way he barrages. So he barrages. There's other flamethrowers, so those two guys need to go, because we're losing a lot of important defenses by keeping them in. So the two flamethrowers from the front, and again I'm looking for the second wave of barrages, because he's going to be sending them soon. So he shocked that machine gun. We need to move it out of the way so that our hot pots are not stunned at the critical moment and we keep losing defenses. So those medics do have a lot of health. You can see how much you're surviving against the two hot pots, which is freaking insane. Wow. Yeah. There's wow. Just wow, guys. This is obviously stage 6 is no pushover of a stage. There's not a lot you can do when you have this sort of mass of troops coming in. There's not a lot you can do, to be honest. So I don't have my hopes too high, because I don't think I'll be able to defend this one. But like I said, we're gonna move this flamethrower out and that flamethrower out, because they're gonna get targeted. There's no point of having them in. Then he shocked this, so I'm gonna move this like to the top. I'm gonna move it right here, so that the shock doesn't matter at the beginning. Move this machine gun right here in the middle. And actually, let's put these two hot pots right next to each other. Put them right next to each other, and let's put this machine gun here. That's sort of double the range of them. Let's put this mortar here, and this other mortar here. Let's put this. Let's put this. I don't know where I'm gonna put this. So let's put this here, so we can defend against tanks. All right, I think we should be good. I think we should be good now. Let's try now. See what happens. Oh wait, where did I put the machine gun? Oh, I think I put that machine gun too close to the front. That was not fortunate, because he's gonna if it's this one, then I'm screwed. Because then that one is going to disable both hot pots at the same time, and that's no bueno. All right, so we lost. I forgot that he barrages the hot pot, so we lost it. We lost the shock launcher. We need to move that shock launcher further back so that he doesn't get hit by the. Yeah. You see, that sucked. Even though I knew it was a machine gun, I put it too close to the front. I mean, now the two hot pots are working in tandem, so that shouldn't be that bad. But it is still bad. Come on, kill all those medics. I need those medics all to be destroyed. Well, the fact that those medics survives too long, it's horrible. Yeah, we're not going to be able to defend this, guys. This is just too plain hard. We don't have the enough to get this one. You know, not even 2 hot pots there, just burning through them are making too big of a dent. Now, there's one thing I'm gonna try before I quit. If I don't get it this time, then I'm not gonna get it. So I'm gonna move this here. I'm gonna move this here. I'm gonna move this up here because I don't want that thing just near me. I don't want that machine gun anywhere near my guys. I mean, he got hit, so there's no point on having it. And then let's move. The fact that this guy gets hit is also unfortunate, but let's just keep it that way. 2 hot pots working in tandem, I think, are going to be a lot better. So here we go. I mean, I could probably get by having a front-loaded base, maybe. Wow. So because some other stuff got destroyed now, then he retargeted the GBE usage. Yeah. No, we're not going to defend this, guys. So I'm going to cut it right here. I hope the video was helpful and that you learned something new. I know 2 hot pots, you probably at HQ level 17 don't have access to 2 prototypes. If you do, it's going to be fun having 2 hot pots. Just remember to vary your prototypes as you go, because otherwise you're going to get unbalanced in terms of the prototype parts. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later. Solid checking out.